When someone is thinking deeply about you, you will notice these three strange feelings in yourself. Have you ever been fine 1 second, then suddenly felt someone in your mind the next? Like a quiet knock inside your chest? You weren't searching for them. You weren't talking about them. Yet their name appears, and something shifts in you. It can feel confusing. Why would you feel them when they're not even here? This is not always coincidence. Sometimes your subconscious notices a connection before your logic understands it. When someone is thinking deeply about you, especially with emotion, your mind and body can respond in three strange feelings. Not dramatic signs, not magic. Just small signals that show up in silence. The first strange feeling is a sudden emotional wave that has no clear reason. One moment you feel normal. The next moment you feel heavy, warm, calm, or strangely hopeful, like a mood arrived from outside you. Psychology explains that the subconscious reacts to emotional imprint. If that person is tied to love, longing, or unfinished truth, your inner world can react when the bond gets activated. You might feel a soft pressure in your chest. You might feel your stomach drop slightly. You might feel the need to breathe deeper. It's not panic. It's not weakness. It's your nervous system noticing a change in emotional frequency. Many people describe it as a wave, a quick rush of missing them or remembering them, even when nothing in the day caused it. And the strangest part is how fast it comes and goes. A woman is washing dishes in her kitchen. The day is ordinary. Then, out of nowhere, she feels a warm ache and whispers his name without thinking. She stands still, confused, because she wasn't trying to remember him. Later that night, a message arrives after weeks of silence. He says he couldn't stop thinking about her all day. That is how connection can move through memory. Your subconscious recognizes the imprint, and your body reacts before your phone lights up. This first feeling is often a sign of emotional resonance. It doesn't prove everything by itself. But when it repeats, it tells you the connection still carries weight. The second strange feeling is mental replay, like your mind keeps looping the same person without permission. You may be busy, tired, even focused, yet their face keeps appearing in your inner screen. You remember a conversation. You remember their voice. You remember a look that felt like a secret. Psychology calls this an open loop. When a story ends without closure, the brain keeps returning, searching for meaning, searching for a clean ending. But when someone else is thinking about you deeply, their emotional focus can strengthen the loop on your side too. It feels sharper than a random daydream. It feels present. It feels personal. Sometimes you catch yourself speaking to them in your head, as if the invisible connection is listening. And you wonder again, why now? This second feeling often shows up at night. You lay down, your world goes quiet, and your mind brings them in, even if you promised yourself you would move on. That is the subconscious doing its work. Night is when defenses drop and emotional truth rises. A man is on a bus after work, scrolling news, half tired. A stranger walks by wearing a familiar perfume, and his mind instantly pulls up the person he hasn't spoken to in months. He feels a rush, not just of memory, but of presence, like she is sitting beside him in silence. Later, he hears from a mutual friend that she has been asking about him lately, but didn't know how to reach out. The smell didn't create the bond. It only opened the door. When someone thinks about you deeply, your subconscious uses small triggers to bring them forward, because the imprint is already there. This is why you can't force yourself to stop thinking. The mind does not repeat what is empty. It repeats what is unfinished, what still carries feeling. The third strange feeling is an intuitive pull, like you just know something is happening on the other side. You might feel restless for no reason. You might feel like checking your phone even when it's silent. You might feel an urge to say their name out loud, or to visit a place tied to your connection. This is the feeling people struggle to explain because it doesn't feel logical. It feels like an invisible thread. Psychology calls this emotional attunement. When two people connect deeply, their nervous systems learn each other's patterns. Even after distance, the subconscious can stay sensitive. Spiritual language calls it energy, the way a soul recognizes a soul. Either way, it feels like a gentle tug, asking you to pay attention. This is also why dreams can become stronger. When your conscious mind sleeps, your subconscious speaks in symbols and emotion. So you might dream of them more vividly, not because you are broken, but because the connection is active in your inner world. You wake up with a feeling, not just an image. Sometimes it is peace. Sometimes it is sadness. Sometimes it is longing that feels like truth. And then you notice small synchronicity. Their name shows up. A song plays. A memory appears at the exact wrong or exact right moment. The universe often uses small signals to keep your awareness open. Now shift inward for a moment. If you are noticing these three feelings, it does not only mean something is happening with them. It also means something is happening within you. Ask yourself gently, what part of you wakes up when you feel them? Is it the part that misses love? The part that misses safety? The part that misses being chosen? Sometimes we don't miss the person. We miss the feeling they gave us, or the version of ourselves we were when they were near. This is why the connection becomes a mirror. Their presence reflects your needs, your wounds, and your desire for clarity. So don't rush into fear. Don't rush into chasing. Just notice the truth you feel and let it teach you. The first strange feeling is the emotional wave. The second is the mental replay. The third is the intuitive pull. If all three are happening, your subconscious is telling you this bond is still active. But what you do with that truth matters. Sometimes the lesson is to speak with honesty. Sometimes the lesson is to let go with love. And sometimes the lesson is to heal the part of you that still waits in silence. Because silence can be a teacher. Silence shows you where longing lives. Silence shows you where an imprint still rests. Silence shows you where the story still feels unfinished. From a spiritual view, God and the universe do not always speak through loud signs. They often speak through repeating feelings, through connection, through reflection, a thought that returns, a memory that stays, a pull that won't fade. These are not commands. They are invitations to understand. If thinking of them brings warmth, maybe you are being reminded you can love deeply. If thinking of them brings pain, maybe you are being called to protect your heart and choose yourself. If thinking of them brings restlessness, maybe you are being guided toward truth, not confusion. Because the goal is not to suffer. The goal is to become aware and to heal. So take this message as your sign. If someone has been on your mind lately, and you feel waves, loops, and intuition, there is meaning here. Not always destiny in the way you expect, but destiny in the sense that every connection leaves a lesson. You don't have to force answers tonight. You don't have to chase certainty. You only have to listen to what your mind and heart are revealing. If you want clarity, try one simple thing. Sit with the feeling for a minute and name it. Is it longing, regret, gratitude, or fear? Your subconscious calms when you label the emotion. Then ask yourself what you need right now, not what they need. Maybe you need closure, maybe comfort, maybe a new boundary. When you honor your own truth, the connection stops controlling you, and it becomes information you can use to grow, not shrink. Remember the three strange feelings: the emotional wave that arrives from nowhere, the mental replay that won't stop, the intuitive pull that feels invisible. If you are noticing them, it may mean someone is thinking of you deeply, and your subconscious is picking it up through energy, memory, and truth. If someone has been on your mind lately, take this as your sign that this connection still carries meaning. Welcome to Psych Aura Daily. If you're curious about the hidden truths of the mind and heart, make sure to subscribe so you never miss what your soul needs to hear.